Hello, folks. Corey here. Welcome back to Wilder Woman. So, we are now on episode 2 of Metaphysical Musings, and today I want to have a chat with you about metaphysical certifications. Yep, we're just going to go there. Now, this is something that is spoken about with a lot of passion within the witchcraft and holistic healing and spiritual communities at large. But it kind of comes and goes. And I feel like the more exposure our communities get, the more, dare I say it, trendy our modalities become, more well-known. There we go. That's much nicer. The more well-known our services become, the more we're probably going to need to have a chat, a serious chat about certifications. So for me personally, my story with it, I am a certified Reiki practitioner, okay, which is a little bit different because with Reiki, there's an attunement there, which comes with the certificate. So you can't really practice Reiki without getting that certification. But most, if not almost all, of the other modalities or services that you could have within our community, tarot reading, spiritual guidance, witchcraft counseling, teaching Wicca 101 as an example, crystal healing, chakra balancing, color therapy. There's so many, you guys. There are a lot of holistic healing and metaphysical skills and modalities and practices that are out there that are offered, through a service of some kind. And, with that, we have certifications. And like I said, a majority of those you can practice without the certification, because at the root of this video, we can't really talk about certifications without talking about governing bodies. Our industry doesn't have any governing bodies. Not really. We have individual practitioners who have been practicing for a really long time, who will certify students through courses that they provide online or in person. And what they're really using to certify that individual is the time and information that they have put and their experience, as well in working with that modality. They're pouring that and their reputation onto that individual's certificate. So where you would have a governing body that standardizes all of the certifications and kind of, backs that certificate, the power of that certificate really lies within the reputation and knowledge of the instructor who issued it. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And there are pros and cons to this. The fact that we don't have a governing body means that we also don't have a lot of red tape. We're really free to jump into providing professional services when we feel ready, when we feel that we've got sufficient enough knowledge, experience, that we've put in the work, that we've honed our craft, that we feel confident in our skills to provide a good service, that we can go out there and provide a good service. There's no red tape holding back that next epic tarot reader from making the leap to private practitioner to professional reader and providing those services to any folks that want to book with that person. On the flip side of that, that does mean that there are folks out there who essentially just buy a tarot deck and give readings off of the meanings that they find in the little white book and charge people for it. You know, without a governing body, we don't have anything there to protect clients from scammy, fraudulent practitioners. And then at the same time, we also don't have that governing body to protect practitioners when clients scam them and screw them over. You know, we've got the freedom to avoid all of that red tape, and yet that red tape comes with a certain level of protection. So we're giving that up for the freedom to not have somebody breathing down your throat and really take you out of the industry if you don't perform to standards that they have created, whether or not those standards should be in place, right? I think we all kind of know that sometimes regulations can go awry and things are regulated that governing bodies have no business regulating. That's all I'm saying before we start. We could go on a completely different tangent on that one, be an entirely different video, but we will stick to the certifications with relation to witchcraft, okay? And those governing bodies, or non-existent governing bodies, as it were. So, you know, that certification provides a level of protection when, you know, there's a governing body backing it. In our industries, what backs that certification and powers it, like I said, is the reputation and skills and knowledge of the instructor, right? So as long as they have a good reputation, there's, you know, there are really good reviews, word of mouth passed around that this certification course is really great. That when you approach somebody, a tarot reader, for example, we're just going to stick with that analogy because it's the easiest, all right? So when you, you know, find a tarot reader who has this specific certification course, you know, stamped there saying, yes, here's a certificate, here's, you know, signed by X person, proof that I put in the time, the energy, the money to take this course, to go through all of the work that's required and the time that needs to be put in. I got that certification. It immediately tells the potential client, like, they did what they felt they needed to do in order to level up their skill set in the service that they're providing you, which is really nice. You know, from a client perspective, that's a bonus. However, with our industry, you know, you kind of have to weigh, is the certification more important than, say, a practitioner just having 30 years of experience in working this modality, in providing this service, honing this craft? And really, at the end of the day, I think each person really has to decide that for themselves. I decided to go through each Reiki attunement and certification because I couldn't really see myself going to a practitioner every time I wanted a Reiki treatment, right? It was just, it didn't make sense. Or have a Reiki session, I should say. Get away from using that T word. That every time I wanted to have Reiki, I needed to go to a practitioner. That was frustrating. So I decided it was worth it in that case. And really, it was only for me. It wasn't, I don't include Reiki in a list of services that I offer to clients. Now, I did go out of my way to get crystal healing certification. And for about a year, I was, doing crystal healing sessions and offering those to the public. And I really enjoyed it. And when I looked for a course like this, I went with the one that was the most reputable that I had found online. I couldn't really go anywhere to get certified. I wasn't close to anyone offering an in-person certification. So online was my only option. And because we still, our communities are still really small. At this point, there are only so many folks offering certifications in each niche, in each area. So, we're not going to have a lot of options, right? We kind of have to trust what we read online and through word of mouth in our communities. That being said, I don't regret getting my crystal healing certification. Now, do I think certifications are necessary with our type of modalities? No. Honestly, I really don't think any of those certifications are necessary. But, straying a tiny bit off topic here, I also have a bias that I want to, admit that I don't place a whole lot of value anymore on secular degrees or certifications either. Honestly, classroom-based knowledge is fantastic, but for most things, nothing really beats hands-on experience. And it's really hard to hold back working with someone who has amazing experience and amazing skill set just because they don't have a sheet of paper that was signed off by so-and-so certifying that this person, is able to provide this service or skill set. But again, that's also diving into a separate video about how janky our school systems are right now. Sorry, you guys. It is a very late evening for me. But I wanted to pop on here while I was still thinking about it. I feel like certifications and the idea of certifications and thoughts about governing bodies in our industry comes up for me a lot. It's just something that's always in the back of my mind. And so I wanted to pop on here and make this video before I really forgot a lot of my points. I think that I'm still not 100% solid on, do I always want our industries to be non-regulated? Do I want there to be some form of governing body there or none at all like we have currently? Do I think this is better than even having a small governing body? Or do I think that we're ready to have one and that maybe we've grown to a size to where it's needed now? I keep teetering back and forth. And that's why I think this is kind of a really good Metaphysical Musings video, because I'm still not sold on which side of the fence I land on. I still have these certifications, and like I said, I don't regret it. And if I had the opportunity to get another certification, like maybe even a tarot certification, I might. I really might. But, and this is really where I land hard on this, is that the teacher matters to me more so than anything else. I feel like the certification is a bonus, But just taking a course from an instructor that I admire, that I've had experience with their work, I know what their ethics are like, I know that if they created a course, it's rock solid, that is really the most important to me. So if I were to come to any sort of conclusion and leave you all with any sort of takeaway on my opinion on certifications, it's that if you're interested in one, go for it. However, do your homework on the individual or company that is offering that certification. Make sure, okay, that this is someone you really want to give your hard-earned dollars to in order to get certified. You know, the certification in and of itself, yeah, like I said, that's a great bonus. I do think there's something to be said for taking courses from practitioners in our industry. I feel like those are really needed. Hell, I made one, and I'm currently working on another. However, mine's not certified. Just throwing that out there. It might be at some point, but I don't feel like I'm really there yet to be able to put that time and energy into it, because I would want to make sure that my course, if you're going to pay for that certification, I want to make sure that if I'm backing it up with my reputation, that I want that course, the homework and the energy that I put into grading and coaching folks to be really solid. I also want to make sure my practice is really solid. Teaching a course on what you know is slightly different from creating a certified course. However, like I said, biggest takeaway or piece of advice, look at the instructor more so whether or not the course is certified. Is this somebody that you trust, somebody that you've had experience with? You know, if you haven't had a tarot reading from them, why would you want to get certified in tarot reading from them? How do you know what their skills would be like? You know, if there's a way that you can do that. One frustrating thing about the Hibiscus Moon certification course was that there weren't any practitioners near me that I could get a crystal healing session from in order to see if the program was legit, right? I couldn't experience the results myself in order to determine, like, yes, this, I want the certification course. Basically had to just blind faith it and realize however many weeks into the course whether or not I was being scammed. Turns out I wasn't, which is a good thing. Still feel like I overpaid for the course, but overall, you know, all of the information was rock solid. The specific methodology for their crystal healing sessions, without giving too much away because it's proprietary, I don't feel like it's really that necessary, to be perfectly honest. I've had just as potent crystal healing sessions without that methodology, using a different mode, and it was just fine. So, you know, take for that what you will. Like I said, I still don't regret it. I am glad that I took it, but I wouldn't recommend it for other folks unless this was something that they really, really, really wanted. Because like I said, I don't feel like we're there that it's necessary. And I'm still not sure how often our clients really look at that and weigh it and factor it in as a determination whether or not they come, you know, they hire us for our services. A lot of times I'm, you know, struck feeling, at least for me, when I look for a tarot reader or someone providing a service, and look at whether or not I seem to mesh well with that individual. I'll check out their social media, see what they're you know, posting, what they're about, check out their website, see if I can't get a feel for them. If they have any videos up, I check those out. And again, you know, especially if you're going to get a certification course or purchase a course in general from that individual, if they're, you know, certifying someone in past life readings, get a past life reading from that person if you can. Or get a past life reading for someone who is certified, who took that course, right? There are a ton of folks online who just snatch up certifications like they're, you know, Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. Be real. They're out there. You've seen them. I know you have. Anyway, there are folks out there like that. Get a service from that individual just to test it out. See if that's really worth your coin on, you know, putting your hard-earned dollars down to take that course. And I think that's really the only big conclusion that I have. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about it, especially with regards to that governing body. Are you for certifications? Are you against certifications? Do you not care either way and it doesn't factor into your choice for a practitioner? Are you a professional and you have certifications or don't have certifications? And how would you feel about a regulating governing body that, you know, decided to change things up on us, but at least standardize everything so that there weren't, you know, folks out there swindling other folks? Just want to know your thoughts, guys. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, I love getting on here and just kind of having chats with you guys. And really that's what these are. These are, you know, my, you know, sit down, you know, coffee, really just drinking water though, because like I said, it's pretty late at night. So any more tea for me and I would be bouncing off the walls for another 3 hours. Not good. You don't want to see that. But thank you for watching, lovelies. I hope that you are having a fabulous day wherever you are. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the next Metaphysical Musings episode, because I want to start hitting these, you know, fast and furious and give you guys more to chat about. All right. Until next time, lovelies. Blessed be.